Hey guys, Tarnish here. Today I want to go over Restoration Shaman. I want to break down the talents, give a generalized overview of the class, its strengths, and where it falls in raid, output, and utility. Let's get into the talents real quick. So Unleash Life, 15-second cooldown. Um, Basically says healing a friendly target as 825 and increasing the effect of the next direct heal by 35%. So this isn't so much about the heal, it's actually more about the steroid for the heal. Um, I've seen Torrent, so Torrent affects your Riptide, which is a 6-second cooldown, and you have another talent there that'll give you 2 stacks of it. So a 20% steroid on a 6-second cooldown versus a 15-second cooldown that gives you a 35% steroid. So these are both pretty solid. One's a passive. This one just costs a little bit of mana, but I don't know. I think it's maybe because you can control this, and it affects your other heals, especially if someone's low HP. I think this could give you a bigger steroid overall with your mastery and crit. I'm assuming you're going crit mastery for this build. Um, Shaman's mastery scales off of the missing HP. So let's go into that real quick. So healing spells by up to 65% based on the current health of your target. Lower health targets are healed for more, so up to 65%. So that's with my mastery at 65%. So the higher mastery I have, the more of that effect I'll get, and I'm assuming combined with critical strike, affects your crit heals. So you get 12.6% on the critical hit. So with that being the case, the crit and the mastery scaling really well together, combined with stacking steroids can help give you a really big burst heal, right? Then you got Echo of Elements. This is the one that gives you the second charge, is why I hit Riptide twice. Oh, wait, yeah, there we go. Riptide twice, right? So it gives me Riptide, uh, Lava Burst, Healing Stream Totem, which is pretty good. And also anything that makes it give you a free proc, whatever it is, just gives you a charge. So it's pretty cool. Spirit Wolf, while transforming to Ghost Wolf, you gain increased move speed by 5% and reduce damage reduction by 5% every 1 second 4 times. The reason why I think I went with this is kind of more of a whatever you want, but the movement speed's kind of nice and damage reduction is pretty nice, especially for like Raid or Mythic Plus, where potentially take damage you're running out of mechanic and you get hit. That's just a little bit of damage mitigation. This just reduces the stun on your static incapacitor totem. And then this is your Earth Grab totem, which is, like I said, they have uses, so Mythic Plus or maybe a specific fight, you may want to use them. But Spirit Wolf is a good go-to talent. Um, the next one, this one, so Ancestral Vigor, like it's not bad, right? Targets you heal with Healing Wave, Healing Surge, Chain Heal, Riptide, initial heal gain, 10% increase your health for 10 seconds. So it's not a bad thing. However, when you look at Earthwall Totem, um, you know, you get 8,780 health for 15 seconds and 142 damage from each attack against the allies within 10 yards of the totem is redirected. So it just, I don't know. This I think mitigates way more damage than giving someone more HP. So this is just this statically is better. This protection totem, like this is like not that good. Like you just get like a basically B reses somebody, but it like or reincarnates them. So if you drop it before they die, it'll just bring them back to life. But obviously in the healing game, you're trying not to let people die. So this is kind of not so good. The next row, this one's a little bit more. So you have the Winrush Totem, which is very nice. With all these classes getting speed increases, and kind of steroids, kind of like this, you may find yourself going with Graceful Spirit more. What Graceful Spirit does, it reduces the Spirit Walker's Grace by 60 seconds, which you know is a 2-minute cooldown, so it makes it a 1-minute cooldown, and increases your movement speed by 20% while it's active. So, Spirit Walker's Grace is really good talent. As a shaman, I would definitely make sure you use this. Me being a newer shaman back, I used to play in BC, I found myself forgetting to use this a lot because we didn't have that in BC. But it's 15 seconds of you being able to cast, so that's a good couple of casts that you can use. Like that's pretty huge. Um, I would just suggest making sure you pop it. If you see yourself having to move, remember to use this. And then honestly, I think that Graceful Spirit actually will increase your HPS, where Winrush Totem just as a good utility totem. The next one's Cloudburst Totem, uh, Downpour, and Flash Flood. Just as someone coming back to Shaman after a long time, I struggle with these talents to figure out which one's better. I thought Flash Flood was better. Just generally looking at them. I remember Cloudburst Totem being really strong in Legion, so I was kind of like, I don't know which one to go to. So Flash Flood is a passive. When you consume tidal waves, the cost of your next heal is reduced by 20%. So this is more of a mana efficient spell. Cloudburst Totem is like really good for just output, right? So, but what Cloudburst Totem does, so everyone knows, is you summon a totem at the feet for 15 seconds that collects power from all the healing spells. When the totem expires, it dies. The stored power is released, healing all injured tallies within 40 yards. 30% of the healing done while it is active, divided evenly among targets. So basically, you pop this when you pop all your, like your big cooldowns, and it's your time to shine, right? You're like, all right, you pop all your cooldowns, or not all your cooldowns, but you pop probably like what's our big totem here? Got Spirit Link, and then you got Healing Totem. So I'd probably pop like Healing Tide Totem and Cloudburst Totem at the same time. And what that'll do, it'll let you just stack up a bunch of healing, and then it'll just boom afterwards, right? So you have to time obviously this well because Cloudburst Totem lasts 15 seconds. So you have to kind of store up a bunch of healing before 15 before it expires, basically. The other thing you can do is just pop it before, and then hopefully have the Cloudburst Totem pop at the same time as you pop your Healing Tide Totem, and you'll just instantly burst the rate up like a lot of HP. So this is a little bit more skill based because you want to time the Cloudburst Totem to expire uh, by the time the damage comes out. Meanwhile, doing effective healing while it's down. So it's a little bit challenging, but once you get down how to use Cloudburst Totem, it's really strong. Downpour is just a burst of water. Location heals up to 6 allies in 12 yards for 79, which is like meh. The cooldown is increased for each target effectively healed. So I don't know. I think Downpour really fell off because of this. It's just not that good where you have a mana efficient talent and then you have Clobberstone, which obviously heals like a ton. So, and then for this talent here, I struggle between High Tide and Ascendance because Ascendance just sounds really strong. Um, and it's a big cooldown, so we'll have even more cooldowns to pop. But we transform into a Water Ascendant, duplicating all heal you do by 15 seconds for 15 seconds, and immediately heal 3,802 healing is distributed evenly among allies within 20 yards. So 3,802. I mean, it's all right, but I don't know. It's just a big cooldown you can pop that makes you heal everybody basically. It's not bad, but High Tide every 4,000 mana you spend brings a High Tide, making your next 2 chain heals uh, heal for an additional 10% and not reduce with each jump. So the not reduce for each jump, that is so strong for a raid healer because the shamans are already really good raid healers. Like they're like right in the middle output wise right now between all the healers, according to logs. Here I can pull those up real quick. Let's not use 1%, let's use 99 percentile. There. So like shamans are right here in the middle, right? So we're in the middle. We're doing pretty good. Let's do per second. They're doing really good on output, right? Obviously, we know Holy Paladins are a little higher up on this list because they're invisible healing, and Restoration Dudes right there behind you. But the thing is, you bring so much utility as a shaman, like your raid spot is pretty much guaranteed at this point. But let's just say this: you're middle of the pack, and High Tide. So when you jump, heals jump from target to target to target, not declining. Like that is such a fat amount of raid healing that's why I think High Tide takes over Ascendance. Wellspring, I actually didn't look at this one. Yeah, so that's kind of like a really weak, like Light of Dawn type thing. It creates a water flow forward, healing friendly targets in an arc in front of you for 825, which 825 is like nothing. So it's a 1.3 cast. This is just not really a good talent. Um, Going back to the logs, so where shamans are, how strong are they? So well, let's just say this: we know shamans are super utility. We know everyone knows Spirit Link Totem OP right in raids. So you're going to get a raid slot just because Spirit Link Totem. Then your output is really strong right now. You have so many totems. You're mana efficient. You have Water Shield. Shamans are looking really, really strong right now. So in the pre-patch right now, shamans are very, very strong. We saw the logs before. They heal up to 7,000, right? So right here it's saying 6,500, but the top healer is a priest at 6.8, and the other priest is 6.8. So in the high end, there's not much of a difference. The difference is you bring a bunch of utility. So having a shaman in the raid is just massive. So if you're looking at playing shaman, if you want to raid as a shaman, I'd say you have a very, very good chance of getting a raid spot just because shamans are super, super powerful. You bring all these totems. Like I wish I had a totem bar up, but I don't. But you have Earth Totem, which just gives you a wall shield, right? And then you have Spirit Link. You have Healing Tide Totem. You have Cloudburst Totem. You have if you spec into Winrush Totem, you have Winrush Totem, Earthbind Totem. Yeah, Tremor Totem, Capacitor Totem. Just so many totems here that like it's like holy cow. You have a Rock Elemental. There's just so much stuff that shamans bring. Um, I would say the only thing that you don't bring really would be damage. Shamans, I can't get the shaman to do that much damage as a healer. Um, but yeah, so for Mythic Plus, I would definitely. So if you're gonna take this in the Mythic Plus, I would definitely go with Graceful Spirit. I would probably stay Cloudburst Totem. Although with a new drinking buff, maybe going more mana efficient would be, or nerf, drinking nerf, going more mana could mana efficient could be more beneficial to you. Um, especially going in the Shadowlands. We'll have to see. Um, I think Earth Totem is for sure is gonna stay. Trying to think if there's anything else. Spirit Wolf is actually not a bad idea for Mythic Plus either. However, if you want Earth Grab Totem depending on the fix or a stack charge, I couldn't it wouldn't be too bad. That wouldn't be too bad. Surge of Earth, consume 3 charge shield. See, this is just a bad talent. So I want to say Deluge could have some gameplay in like Mythic Plus where you're gonna find yourself stacked up a lot, but I don't know, because Echo Elements is such a strong talent. It gives you 2 stacks of all those things. I don't know. I would rather go with Echo. So really, like the only real talents you want to play around with would be the 45 talent with Flash Flood, and then the 15 talent with Torrent. Those are the really only ones I could see you really flip flopping between. Because Unleashed Life, I said, is a steroid. You can control it. Torrent is just a 6-second cooldown on your Riptide is a 6-second cooldown and increases it by 20%, right? It's just I don't know. I feel like they're pretty close. The difference is I think I said with the steroid here, you could really stack that with the other steroid and really get a lot of healing out. Or if someone's low on HP, the mastery, the crit, and then the steroid, you can get a really fat heal going up really high. And with high tide, maybe get a chain heal off. Like that could be really huge, right? Because it doesn't decay if you have a high tide up. So that just like I said, that's where I think Unleashed Life technically is better than Torrent. However, if you wanted to use Torrent because maybe you're new, you're getting used to Shaman, and you want to kind of limit the buttons. I don't know if you notice, there's a lot of totems. I have all my heals bound to my heal bot, just so that much isn't much. You only have maybe 4 healing spells. You got Chain Heal, you got Lesser Healing Wave, you got Riptide, and then you have Healing Surge, which try not to use Healing Surge. It's your inefficient heal. So with everything, uh, you know, being how it is, I think there's only a little bit of playroom. That's Flash Flood, which only if you're hurting on mana. Um, and Torrent, which if you are riptiding a lot, and like I said, maybe you're learning, you don't want to use this Terra, because I mean, the output difference is probably pretty small. However, I'm pretty sure Unleashed Life pulls more than Torrent. But maybe you want to reduce your set, like maybe you're overwhelmed by all the totems, you're still a new healer, then maybe you want to go with Torrent instead. I wouldn't say that it's going to affect your healing so much that you can't do good things. But Unleashed Life, I would definitely recommend going that route in the future, just because the steroid could have better burst potential for your heals. Hey guys, wanted to show you guys a quick stat priority for Restoration Shaman. I think Shaman's gonna be very, very strong going into Shadowlands. They're really strong now. So again, I'll do more in-depth guide in the future, but this one would be a general overview of the Resto Shaman. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Tarnish. Tarnish out.